Hey there folks. So in our last video we've set up how to make our top-down character have inputs that track the vertical or the horizontal. So if you look here as I'm debugging, W is giving me a positive Y value, S is giving me a negative Y value, D is giving me a positive X value, and A is giving me a negative X value. So how do we actually make it so that our character can now move? Well, that's pretty easy, because if we go and have a look inside of our character, what you'll see is I've got these print strings, and for now I can actually just take those, and to be honest, we probably don't need them again, but I'm just going to move them up just out of the way just in case I need to come back and debug this in a mo. But the thing we really need is this break. We've taken this action value and we're going to break it and split it into its X information and its Y information, which obviously is our right and left and our up and down. Now what you might see if you follow other tutorials or if you look at some pictures of this, you might see that somebody's not necessarily using the break. What they might be doing is they might be right clicking on the vector 2D here and choosing to split that, and you can see there that's where we get the action value X and action value Y. They're exactly the same thing, it's just that the breaking is then happening inside of the node rather than obviously outside of it. I like to do it just outside of the node when I'm teaching you guys how to do this, just because then you can obviously follow that through and there's no kind of hidden step that's there, like with the why is this input existing when actually it's just a break that's happening. So what do we need to do? Well, if we've done the side scroller movement, we know that the thing we really need here is this add movement input. And I'm just going to add this movement input and I'm going to plug it into the triggered so it keeps on happening. And we're going to just take the X value first of all and put it into X positive 1. And we're just going to test this out. So if we go into our world, I've just put these cubes in just so I can give you guys a context of direction, and press my D, you can see that it is moving to the right. If I press the A, it is moving to the left. So what it's doing is it's taking that 1 and -1 value that's coming in from the input, using it as a scale value, as a multiplier against that vector of direction. And because if I look at this bottom left corner where the axis is, because the X is pointing to the right, this is positive in the X direction. Now that's important for you to know, just because it could be as simple as, why is your character going in the wrong direction? Well, maybe your world direction isn't matching up exactly the same as mine. So maybe you need to just rotate how you're interpreting your world. Something as simple as just, is that better? Yeah, is Y being used here for the horizontal rather than X? And that could just be a case of changing your X and Y's around, or just rotating the way you're facing and putting your world together. So let's go into here and let's say, well, add movement input. Let's put another one of those in. And this time what we're going to do is we're going to take the Y, we'll make the Y a positive 1, we'll make the X back to 0, and we'll take the Y value from here. And if I just go and test this out, we're going to see it's going to function, but it's going to be very much the same as what we just talked about. D and A for our horizontals. But if I press W, we go down, and S, we go up. And that's because you can see Y is being used here in terms of a negative Y. I actually want to be viewing my world from this direction. So what could we do? Well, we could obviously go into our character. We could start rotating them around, because if we look at this, this is positive X, but really, do we want to be viewing our character from this direction? So maybe we need to rotate the sprite 180 degrees in order to have it that way. Maybe we need to take our camera spring arm, and again, look at our camera, it's facing downwards like that. So do we need to rotate our spring arm around? And again, not a problem, you can do that if you want to make it so that X is obviously positive in the direction that he's facing and Y is there. It might mean that when you rotate it 180 degrees, X is actually now going in the wrong direction, which again, you have to work around that. But a really quick and easy option here could just be just saying, let's take this to -1, because then the positive Y being multiplied by -Y is going to make it into negative, and the negative one multiplied by a negative is going to make it a positive. So it's going to flip that around for me and mean that actually, if I was to approach it that way, W will now go up and S will go down. And it's just one of these things that you have to make a decision. Do you set it up in your character, or do you make a decision here so that it's your kind of your world alignment, and actually positive Y goes downwards and negative Y goes upwards? up to you how you approach that. You can see there's two different options for that, but now you can see I've got a very simple walking system for my character in a top down to be able to move around with W, A, S and D. And what we're going to do next is we're going to look at how we can get our animations onto here so our character's actually going to be walking. Now that's going to take a little bit extra because we're not going to just do it where we've got 4 states in our animation blueprint for up, down, left and right. We're going to look at some features that exist in PaperZD to allow us to do that. Thanks for watching, folks. If you enjoyed this video, then please consider subscribing to access more of my Unreal Engine content.